What's up, future millionaires? Welcome to the Wealthy Turtle, where we move slow but build wealth that lasts. Now, I know what you're thinking. Budgeting? That's boring. That's for broke people who can't afford anything. Wrong. Dead wrong. In fact, I'm about to blow your mind with this truth bomb. The richest people in the world are also the most obsessive budgeters. Warren Buffett? Budgets. Jeff Bezos? Budgets. Your wealthy neighbor who drives a 10-year-old Honda but owns 3 rental properties. You bet they budget. By the end of this video, you'll understand why budgeting isn't about restriction. It's about freedom. It's about breaking the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle forever and building real wealth. So grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and let's dive into the foundations of financial success. Chapter 1. What is budgeting? Let's start with the basics. What exactly is budgeting? A budget is simply a plan for your money. That's it. It's telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. Think of it like GPS for your finances. You wouldn't drive across the country without directions, so why would you navigate your financial life without a plan? Here's my favorite way to think about it. Your money is like water, and your budget is like the pipes in your house. Without pipes, water just flows everywhere and makes a mess. With good pipes, water goes exactly where you need it, to the kitchen, bathroom, garden, each serving a specific purpose. Every budget has 3 simple components. 1. Income, money coming in, your salary, side hustles, investments. 2. Expenses, money going out, rent, food, entertainment, bills. 3. The plan, intentionally directing where every dollar goes before you spend it. So if you make $4,000 a month, a budget might look like $1,200 for rent, $600 for food, $300 for transportation, $500 for savings, $200 for entertainment, and so on. You're not just hoping you have money left over. You're planning to have money left over. Chapter 2. What budgeting is not now. Let's clear up some massive misconceptions because Hollywood and social media have completely ruined the concept of budgeting. Budgeting is not about restriction. It's not about eating ramen noodles for every meal or never having fun. That's called being broke, not budgeting. A good budget actually includes money for entertainment, hobbies, and yes, even some stupid purchases. Budgeting is not about being perfect. You don't need to track every single penny or have complicated spreadsheets with 47 categories. If you're spending 3 hours a week on your budget, you're doing it wrong. Budgeting is not one size fits all. Your budget should be as unique as you are. A single college student's budget looks nothing like a family of 4's budget, and that's perfectly fine. Budgeting is not a temporary fix. It's not something you do for a few months to get out of debt and then abandon. It's a lifelong skill that evolves with your income and goals. And finally, budgeting is not punishment for past financial mistakes. It's not about feeling guilty for that coffee you bought yesterday. It's about creating a better financial future starting today. Chapter 3. Budget Myths Busted. Let's tackle the biggest budget myths that keep people broke. I'm about to destroy some seriously dangerous thinking here. Budgets are not for me, they're for other people. Reality. This is the biggest lie people tell themselves. Other people aren't special financial wizards. They just decided to take control. If you have money coming in and going out, congratulations, you need a budget. Budgets are too stressful. Reality. You know what's really stressful? Not knowing if you can pay rent next month. Budgets actually reduce stress because you know exactly where you stand financially. Uncertainty is stressful, not planning. Budgets need to be highly detailed. Reality, the simplest budget is just 3 categories: needs, wants, and savings. That's it. You can literally budget on a napkin. Don't let perfectionism paralyze you. Budgets mean cutting back on fun. Reality: budgets actually create more fun because you plan for it. When you budget $200 for entertainment, you can spend that $200 guilt-free. No budget means no guilt-free fun, ever. Going over budget ruins everything. Reality: going over budget is like missing one workout. It doesn't ruin your fitness journey. You adjust and keep going. Budgets are flexible tools, not rigid prisons. I don't make enough money to budget. Reality: the less money you make, the more important budgeting becomes. When you're tight on cash, every dollar needs a job. Rich people didn't start budgeting after they got rich. They got rich because they budgeted. I'm good with money, so I don't need a budget. Reality: that's like saying, I'm a good driver, so I don't need to look at the road. Even good money managers need a plan. Being good with money without a budget is just being lucky. Budgeting takes too much time. Reality: once you set it up, budgeting takes about 15 to 30 minutes per month. That's less time than you spend watching TikTok before breakfast. The time you save by not budgeting gets wasted working extra years because you never built wealth. Chapter 4: Rich versus Poor. The budget paradox. Here's where it gets really interesting. Let me ask you something. Do you think rich people budget more or less than poor people? If you guessed less, you're dead wrong. Studies show that wealthy individuals are far more likely to track their spending and stick to budgets than people living paycheck to paycheck. Mind blown yet? Warren Buffett, worth over $100 billion, still uses coupons and drives a modest car. He famously said, "Someone's sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago." That tree? Budgeting and intentional spending. Here's the secret. Rich people don't budget because they're cheap. They budget because they understand opportunity cost. Every dollar they don't waste on unnecessary stuff is a dollar they can invest to make more dollars. Poor people often think, I don't have enough money to budget. But that's exactly backwards. When you have limited money, you need to be more intentional with it, not less. Here's how rich people use budgets to create wealth. 1. Track everything. They know exactly where their money goes. 2. Minimize waste. They cut unnecessary expenses ruthlessly. 3. Maximize investment. They redirect saved money into assets. 4. Repeat. They do this consistently for years. Let's say someone saves an extra $500 per month through budgeting and invests it at 8% annual returns. After 20 years, that's over $290,000. That's the power of budgeting combined with investing. Chapter 5: Why tracking is crucial. You've probably heard the saying, what gets measured gets managed. This is especially true with money. Here's something crazy. Just the act of tracking your spending can reduce unnecessary expenses by 15 to 20%. Why? Because awareness creates accountability. When you see that you spent $200 on DoorDash last month, you naturally start questioning those impulse orders. Think of your finances like a bucket with holes in it. Your income is water flowing in, but expenses are holes letting water leak out. Tracking helps you find those holes and plug them. You can't fix what you can't see. There are 3 levels of budget tracking. 1. Basic. Track major categories monthly: rent, food, utilities. 2. Intermediate. Track all expenses weekly using an app. 3. Advanced. Track daily with detailed subcategories. Most people should start with basic and work their way up. Your budget is like GPS navigation. Tracking is like the recalculating voice that tells you when you've gone off course. Without tracking, you're driving blind and wondering why you never reach your financial destination. Chapter 6: Breaking the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle. 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. That means 8 out of 10 people watching this video are probably trapped in this cycle. But here's the good news. Budgeting is your escape rope. The paycheck-to-paycheck cycle works like this. Money comes in, bills get paid, a little fun happens, then you're broke until the next paycheck. It's financial quicksand. The harder you struggle without a plan, the deeper you sink. A budget breaks this cycle in 3 ways. First, you create a small buffer by finding money you're currently wasting. Even $50 can break the psychological trap of being completely broke. Next, you build a $1,000 emergency fund. This prevents small emergencies from becoming debt disasters. Finally, you create a gap between income and expenses. This gap becomes your wealth-building foundation. Here's the simple formula. Increase income plus decrease expenses plus time equals financial freedom. A budget helps you maximize the first 2 variables, and compound interest handles the third. Let's say you make $3,000 per month and spend $2,950. You're living paycheck to paycheck with only $50 left over. Through budgeting, you find $200 in wasted spending and pick up a side hustle earning $300 more. Now you have $550 per month to build wealth instead of $50. That's a 1,000% improvement. Chapter 7. Saving versus Investing. The budget connection. All right, let's clear up another massive confusion. The difference between saving and investing and how your budget connects to both. Saving is putting money aside for short-term goals or emergencies. It's money you park in a savings account, where it's safe but grows very slowly, if at all. Think emergency fund, vacation money, or a car down payment. Investing is putting money into assets that can grow in value over time. It's money you're willing to let fluctuate in the short term for higher long-term returns. Think stocks, real estate, or starting a business. Here's where budgeting comes in. Your budget determines how much you can save and invest. Without a budget, you're hoping to have money left over. With a budget, you guarantee money is left over. Smart budgeters follow this order. 1. Pay essential expenses, rent, utilities, minimum debt payments. 2. Build emergency fund, $1,000 to $2,000 first. 3. Pay off high-interest debt, credit cards, personal loans. 4. Invest for long-term growth, retirement accounts, index funds. 5. Additional goals. House down payment, dream vacation. Here's the magic. Saving protects your investments. Your emergency fund prevents you from having to sell investments during market downturns. Your budget ensures you consistently feed both your savings and your investments. Let's say your budget allows you to set aside $400 per month. You might allocate $100 to emergency fund until you hit your target, $300 to investments, retirement account, index funds. After your emergency fund is complete, that full $400 goes to investments. Over 20 years at 8% returns. That's over $235,000. Conclusion and next steps. All right, wealthy turtles, let's wrap this up. We've covered a lot of ground today. Budgeting is simply a plan for your money. Not restriction, but direction. Rich people budget more than poor people because they understand opportunity costs. Tracking creates awareness, and awareness creates better decisions. Budgets break the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle by creating intentional gaps. Saving and investing work together, and budgets fuel both. Remember our turtle philosophy. Slow and steady wins the wealth race. You don't need to become a millionaire overnight. You just need to start making intentional decisions with your money, $1 at a time. Here's your homework before our next video. 1. Track your spending for 1 week. Just write down what you spend to. Calculate your true monthly income after taxes and deductions. 3. List your fixed expenses: rent, utilities, minimum payments. 4. Identify one area where you're wasting money. Be honest. Next week, we're diving deep into how to create your first budget in 30 minutes, including the exact tools and templates I recommend. We'll also cover different budgeting methods like the 50-30-20 rule, zero-based budgeting, and envelope systems. If this video helped you see budgeting differently, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos in this series. And drop a comment below. What's your biggest budgeting challenge? I read every single comment and often turn them into future video topics. Remember, every wealthy person started exactly where you are right now. The only difference is they decided to take control of their money instead of letting their money control them. You've got this. Until next time, keep moving slow but building wealth that lasts. This is the Wealthy Turtle, and I'll see you in the next video.